Good day, my dear lads. I'm Admiral Mattsoy, and welcome to a very special episode where I take you on a tour of the newly opened Museo del Galleon, right here at SM Mall of Asia in Pasay City, Manila. This museum opened to the public on the 1st of May 2026, so I'm one of the very first to visit this museum. It celebrates the rich history of the Manila Acapulco galleon trade, which connected the Philippines to the world for over 250 years. You'll find artifacts, exhibits, and even a full scale reconstruction of a Spanish galleon that brings this era of global exchange to life. In this journey, I'll be focusing more on the ship itself, as it's the main attraction here in the museum. Yes, we will indeed board the ship, and that, I'm sure, is what gives the most excitement. So, without any further ado, let's begin. Right, so I just entered, and then look at this whole thing. I was actually greeted by the sheer size of this Spanish galleon right here. Yeah. I can't tell just how big this is, but I really do think it's probably around at least 150 feet long, I think. Oh my gosh, look at this. It's a dream come true at least. I finally saw a full-scale galleon. And yes, later we will definitely be boarding. Yes, and we'll see what is inside this ship. It's okay. But for now, yes, since we cannot access there, so we need to move here. Yes, this way. Okay, so there's these boats here. So starting with this one, which is actually Bauto. That's what we call it. So there's Putu and canoe. Okay, and then we also have this one right here. Ooh, what is this called? Balangay. Okay. I'm sure this is actually where the word barangay actually came from. Yes. This massive sail here. Yeah. There we go. Wow. Okay. Looks like this is the anchor. Nice. Uh-huh. There it is. So moving forward, yes, there's another boat here. There are two masts and two sails. Okay.
All right, so a full 360 view of the ship from below. Well, just a quick one. So from the port side bow progressing to the stern, you can see the sheer bulk of the ship. There's the ladder where we entered the ship. And now getting closer to the stern. Yes. Yeah, this is already the stern, okay. So there's the rudder, which turned the ship. And yes, there's a gun there. That's the stern chaser. There has to be a pair of them. And just above that, the stern gallery. Now we're already at the starboard side, and we already have a better view here. You can see all the guns showing their teeth. Again, there's another ladder here, okay, where we entered the ship. And yeah, there's the anchor. Well, there's one on each side. Yes, that's what kept the ship from moving. And yes, we can also see the keel, which ran along the whole length of the ship. That's the backbone, and now we're back to the bow.
Yes, some attractions here, like the cannons, okay. 9-pounder cannons. I think these are probably 9-pounders. They're not the largest. There are these, okay. There's a chest here, probably sea chest. Okay, then there's how they built the ship. I'm not really going to put them in a lot of details, so just for you to actually have, you know, I don't really want to make it like it's
What's that?
a spoiler if you're no. So I'm not going to put these in a lot of details, you know. So it's just up to you to visit here and explore it for yourself. Yeah, so there's these clothing here, and then okay, go plates, and there's a base, ceramics, you would say. And then spices, I think. Yeah, spices. Yeah. And then there's silverware. Yeah, silver. Okay, language. And okay, there are these figures here. Sure. The people. Okay.
Okay, so just a quick rundown on this section showing all these maps of the Philippines' most major ports back then. I've already read everything, and I don't want to spoil this too much to any of you who really want to visit this museum. So yeah, there it is.
So we're one floor higher now. Okay, who is this? Lapu-Lapu. Yes, the one who killed Ferdinand Magellan. Yes. Yes. Probably arguably the very first ever Filipino hero, I think. Yeah. I don't know. Sorry. Oh, okay. There we go. Who is this? Christopher Columbus. You know that ship over there? Santa Maria.
Like, is it the one among the 7 ships?
No,
Oh, it's a different one.
a different one. You're referring to Ferdinand Magellan. And that's not even 7 ships, those are just 5 ships. These are the swords. Okay. So there's so many of these attractions here. Okay. Line signs. Oh, sorry. Wow, look at this painting. There's so many of these here. Okay. Who is this? Oh. Raha Humabon. Okay. There he is. Okay. Okay, so there's a chest here. But okay, since we're here anyways, let's have a better look at this ship here. So okay, so we can already see a bit more of the ship now. Yeah. Probably at this time I can already count the guns. Okay. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16. So there are a total of 16 guns per side. Yes. So 32 guns, but we must, of course, if you must recall, of course, if you can recall, we also have stern chasers as well, which you will see in a moment, of course. So heading to the stern, towards the stern, of course, progressing to the stern. So yes. Yes, there are these stern chasers here. There we go. And this is actually what makes a galleon a galleon. As you can see here, there's this. That's what we call the stern gallery.
This one?
Yeah.
Would you insert a small deck?
This one. Pinakausli. Ito. Huh? Inside the ship. Yes. You'll see later. Once we get into the ship, you'll see. So okay, so that's what makes a galleon a galleon. And yes, there's this rudder right here. Okay.
About to check some of these remaining artifacts here before we head over to the ship. Okay, so here it is. There's our vases here. Okay, and there is that barrel. Okay. There's even a chest there. Yes. I can't read this, but look at that. Okay. And there's even a bench here. Okay. And look what we got here. There it is. The name of the ship we're about to board. Galleon Espiritu Santo. Yes. There it is. Okay, so now we're already about to board the ship. All right.
Okay, we're in the grand entrance already. So, yes, a while ago we've been there. Yes, we've been walking there, seeing this side of the ship. Now we're already going in through the stern. Yes, there we go. Again, stern chaser. Yes, this is the stern of the ship, as you can see. Yes, later we will be exiting there. Okay, so again, okay, this is the rudder of the ship. Yes, this one. Nice and intact indeed. This is the transom. This part here. Yes, that's the transom, this one. So going through the transom into the ship. There we go. And you can actually see all the structure which keeps the shape of the ship as well, of course, making it seaworthy. Right. So there's this 9-pounder gun here. Yes. These are the equipment you need to use firing the guns. Yes, there are also these. Yeah, this is the shot. The shots. I think the gunpowder is probably right here. Yes, it's the gunpowder, I think. Guns. Okay, already here. So, here we go. Guns and fresh air. So the ladle, which is actually this one right here. Yes. The worm, which is this one. Yeah, the worm, this one. And then of course the sponge. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Keep progressing. Okay. These are the men who actually sail this ship. Cannon. Various provisions, of course, for voyages which are spanning for months or even a year, you know. Yes, through the Pacific Ocean. Yes. And here's a cannon here. You can really see all these timbers.
Sana, kapag nakailangan ako, pinanaon mo doon sa itas naman. One kind of ball is a different kind of man.
So again, another cannon here. Okay. Sorry. Okay. We cannot access this. Okay, there's another cannon. Gun ports. Yes, where. Yeah, there are no cannons here. No. But yes, if this is a fully armed ship, anyways, it has these. Yes. Okay. Yeah. And right here. Around probably hundreds of sailors actually spending most of their lives here in this one deck alone. Yeah. Okay, so we have, and yes, this is the cargo hold. Yeah. As you can see, barrels of food, barrels of everything you can think of are all here. Yes. Food, repairs, I guess all the crucial things you need to carry throughout the voyage, as well as of course all the loot, all the precious cargo which would need to be transported. Yes, are all here in the cargo hold of the ship. Yeah. Okay. So, okay. Let me test my knowledge, okay? Cabin's quarters. Yeah. Gun deck. No. Oh, that's the hold, okay. So this one. There we go. Mizzen sail. Foremast. Mainmast. Foresail. Yes. Main deck. There. Keel. Mainsail. hold this one, or I got it wrong. Of course that. Yes. Alright, and for the keel, there, keel, sails are breaking. Okay, start your voyage. Now, there's actually this one. Now, here's one thing you must consider. Sailing. No-go zone. Head to wind. Galleon is now on the head to wind position. So yeah, the wind is pushing us directly that way. So yes, this has been what I'm referring to in my last videos about sailing. So yes. So use the whip staff. Yeah, this is the whip staff. This one right here. Yes. So turn hard to starboard. There we go. There we go. Running with the wind. Yes. You can see. That's actually where the ship got its fastest movement. Yes. Going in a 45-degree angle in what we call what we actually call broad reach. Yes. There we go. Start challenge. To get the most speed, go at 45 degrees. Yes. That's actually where the Galleon got its fastest speed. Yes. Challenges. See that? Got it. And do you know why Galleons actually go faster? Not going with the wind, but rather going at 45 degrees in a broad reach. Because as you can see here, the stern. See, the stern. As well as the sails. As you can see, if the wind actually pushes the ship forwards, okay, the very first thing that the wind hits is the stern, not the sails. Yes. So what that means is, yeah, there's a windage. It disrupts the air instead of hitting the sails. Yeah, the wind just literally goes the other ways. Thus, you're losing so much speed. That's why Galleons, they get most of their speed going at 45 degrees angles. Yes. Now you know. Okay, so Galleon. There we go. So now we're already done with the gun deck. Yes, and since we cannot head down anyways, then but there's only one way for us to go. That is up. Yes. So yeah, there's a ladder here. You can see. Okay, I'll take this. So at least there are some handles I can, of course, hold. It's not really necessarily the safest of footsteps, but okay, we're already here at the main deck of the ship, where I'd probably be spending more of my time off. You know. Okay. So we're already here, the main deck of the ship. Yes. You can really see the size of this. Okay. Okay, so again, cannons right here. Yes, pretty much the same exact equipment. We also have it, especially the gun deck. Yes, there we go. There we go. Unfortunately, we don't have any access to these decks here, but probably in the near future there will be, yes, they will allow us. So, yeah. So for now, we're just here in this deck. Yes, I'll probably spend more of my time here in this deck alone. Yes. Okay, so since we cannot access that, well, as much as I can see right now, there's that wheel over there. Yeah, there's that. Yeah, that's the helm, of course, the ship. And of course, I also need to point out that, yeah, we're already surrounded by all these free towering masts here. Yeah, with sails, of course. So, of course, far forward we have the bowsprit. Yes, we have the bowsprit. There's a crow's nest right there for, you know, for observers. Yes. And yes, we have these free towering masts, the foremast right here, sails, of course, the main mast right here, yeah, this one, and we have also the mizzen mast there, right there, with, yeah, so the foremast and main mast are square sails. Yes, leaving us with the mizzen mast, which is of a lateen sail. Yes, this sail here, this you know, yeah, it's. And for those of you wondering why there are people there, because they're in the media. That's why. Yeah, they're the only ones allowed for now. Okay. And yes, you can indeed see right now the clear structure of the ship. You know, we have the forecastle right here. There we go. It's the forecastle. And if you look closely, we have the capstan right there. Yeah, capstan. Yeah, for lifting all those anchors. There we go, those two anchors right there. Yes, very close. Yes, you can also see all these series of ropes here. Okay, so let this be an example. Okay, so the main mast has these, for example. Okay, so this one you're seeing here, and this one, that's what we call the rat lines. Yes, the shroud.
Before borders were drawn,
Okay,
we had the sea.
yeah. Wow.
Under the sea that carried people, knowledge,
Rat lines
and memory.
and all these series of ropes here to control the angle as well as the, you know,
And seasons.
folding and unfolding of the sails. Yes,
And the ancient names
you
that
control it
shaped these
here.
islands. Our
Right here.
trades and
Yes.
exchanges linked us to islands and empires through the network known as the Silk Road. We bartered, traded, and feasted through diplomacy.
Yes, it's through these rat lines indeed that
Came to know
these sailors climb the mast.
and
There are no ladders, of course. You're going to look at the mast itself. There are no ladders because the ladder is this one right here. There we go. Yeah, these rat lines. It's either they stepped here, yes, right here. It's probably they stepped right here and then climb here, or they climbed over right here and yeah,
Main
right
China
here.
and Constantinople, the powerhouses of the
There we
Silk
go.
Road would not last forever.
Of course, we have barrels as well.
Trade faltered, caravans ceased, and the Silk Road, once alive with movement,
Now, before we head to the stern
began to disappear.
castle, let's head to the forward section. So, right here.
What's this?
These are some various equipments needed for the voyage. You know, for navigating. Yeah, you have this right here. The spyglass. There we go. Then we have this as well. Cloth staff. Cloth staff indeed. Good. There we go. And then we have the compass. I think, yeah, compass. Magnetic compass. And we also have the armillary sphere, this one. And we have this one right here, the clock. Yeah.
Let's finish this first.
Sextant, yes. This might probably be the astrolabe, I think. I don't know. That's it. And there's this one as well. There we go. Yeah. Instruments. Okay, there it is. Now we can use this. Okay, can you take a video for me, please? Demonstrating this.
Okay.
Just make sure that I'm seeing it as well as this one. Just make sure that I can be seen as well as
Okay.
as well as this one.
Oh, yes.
The very first time they will see me. The sun was high in the way. Mariners' compass, which enable mariners to know the direction in which they were sailing, has always been marked as important to set the correct heading, correct reach your destination, and align your vessel to find it. We know where we are and which way to go. As the skydiving starts here, one by one. This one will learn the star patterns of sailors can do. Now it's your turn to read the stars. Find us a reminder. Stars never get lost. It's pretty good. They help us remember our path. Now steady your hand. It's actually to measure the ladder. One morning, the sky turned gray. The sailors watched the waves in the air. Oh, birds. They only fly where the land is near. The navigator. Birds fly for food. All birds Some days we get told, some nights we stop. Some journey we get birds. Good sailors didn't use just one night. They listened to everything in the harbor. At last, the sea changed all the birds flew over, compass and fleet stars and land ahead, the crew cheered, the ocean had spoken, and the sailors had learned how to listen. Let's go! Woo! Here we go. And just for it to, just for it to have a general idea of just how high am I. This is the ceiling. I'm already about to hit my head. I'm like, I don't know, 6 foot flat. I don't know, 6 flat I think. And I'm just about to hit the ceiling. Yeah. Well, at least I did not though. At least. And it's really a common myth that sailors back then were short. Well, in reality though, they were not. I have heard of some sailors back then who documented that they were actually 6'5" or more. So, yes. Yes, there were indeed some short sailors back then, but there were also some who are just like me right now. So 6'5", something like that. Well, I'm just 6'0", so at least I don't have to dock that much. Okay, so now we're ready to open again. Okay, so this is the ship. Okay, so progressing towards the stern. Okay, the ship. Yeah, there's the helm again. Okay, so this is the stern castle, the ship, and then if you go further back towards the ladder, of course, that's the poop deck. And yes, you can see the helm. Yeah, the helm, the steering wheel, I guess whatever we call it. And yes, the mizzen mast and the sail wheel. There we go. Unfortunately, of course, during these times we cannot access that. So okay, now we're already here at the stern. The captain's, I mean the officer's quarters, should we say. Actually, this is what we call the gun room. Hi, sir. Hi, sir.
Hi.
Yeah. Okay, so there are some of these which we cannot access, like all these doors here. But yeah. But there's actually this one here we can access. There we go. Probably where the captain himself. Probably the captain himself rested. Yeah. There's the maps. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so as it says here, officers on. There we go. Okay. And okay, so this is the captain's cabin. Yeah, this is the captain's cabin of the ship. There you go. You can sit. Yeah, we can actually sit here. So assuming I'm the captain here, this is where I'm sitting. And so this is my view as the captain of the ship. Yeah, I'm here, and assuming I have officers here, they'll be sitting at either side of me. Here are some of our equipments. Here are some of our tools, should I say. And the map, right there. Yeah, of course. Very nice indeed. It's like literally stepping back in time, Wow. Yeah, there's a sea chest here. There you go. Again, yes. And it has always been the thing. Yeah, the structure of the ship. There we go. There we go.
It's like the sun. Remember the sun button?
You can sit there if you want. Oh, one key thing is modern technology, but I don't think they had back then. Yeah. Anyway. And yes, here's me, my dear lad. Yeah, there we go. It's my face. If you're asking. Yeah. Here's the books. Here. And another sea chest right here. Probably a table of some sort. Now, progressing towards, again, sternwards, of course. And this is the captain's day cabin. Yeah, there we go. Just before we exit the ship. Yes. So we're here. There we go. Yeah. And so now. Ow. I lost another brain cell. Okay. So now we can already exit the ship. Okay, so if this would have been a real ship, this would have continued right here. Yes. And for those of you asking what's the name of this ship, well, this is actually the Galleon Espiritu Santo. So this is a 34 gun Galleon. Well, it should have been 32 guns because yes, it's the broadside only. It only became 34 because of course because of the stern chasers. This is a 32 gun Galleon plus 2 stern chasers, you know. Yes. And there's the lantern, the stern. Yes. So yes, literally had a very fun time here on board the ship. Yes. And here's the ship from this angle right here. Yeah. There we go. So Galleon Espiritu Santo, a 32 gun Galleon, medium sized. I think this is not necessarily a large Galleon. It could be bigger than this. I think this is around 150 footer maybe, but I have heard of some which are 180 footer or even more with 50 guns. Those are Admiral's flagships. This is just a standard size for a Galleon, so it's not really necessarily an Admiral's flagship. So either way, very good example of a Spanish Galleon right here. So thank you very much. And now let's move towards looking the whole ship from afar now. And this is actually where you will really see the whole shape of the ship. So stand by. Now exiting the ship. Okay. Yes, as you can see here, all these ships. Suggesting that we should head that way. Yeah. Well, we're actually circling around this massive ship here, a Galleon. Yeah, as you can see, yeah, we're surrounded indeed in all this. Okay. All right. So now, a whole 360-degree view of the Spanish Galleon Espiritu Santo. Yes, there it is. There it is, okay. And yes, probably this is the right time for us to point out that the Spanish galleons were probably the ships which actually started the trend of what we now call full rig vessels. Yes. So what do we mean by full rig vessels? Of course, if you're going to look at a more modern ship like, let's say, HMS Victory or USS Constitution, any of those, large sailing ships. Yes, of course. Where is it? A galleon. This ship being a galleon, of course. An example, yes, as well as frigates, ships of the line, Indiamen, flutes. Yeah, they're the ones. They're indeed full rig vessels. So what do we mean by full rig vessels? So, of course, all vessels had bowsprits, like this mast, which is, of course, pointing from the bow forward. Of course, this one. Yeah, there are also square sails, just to literally maximize the sail area. Yes, indeed. But here's the sail plan. Full rig, which actually means it has at least 3 towering masts and square sails. And as you can see here with the Galleon, yes, Spanish Galleon Espiritu Santo, yes, there are 3 towering masts, square sails, yes, both the foremast and main mast are square sails, and the mizzen mast is lateen sail. Yes, although there were also some ships at the time, some galleons at the time, which had also mizzen top sails, yes, square sails should we say, and the same lateen sail, yes. But this one, an example we have here, only has a mizzen lateen sail. So yeah, so that's what we call a full rig vessel. Yes. And if you might also look closely, yes, we also have the fighting tops. There we go. Yeah, fighting tops. Yeah, crucial indeed in sharpshooting. Probably in a boarding action, of course, a melee combat. Yes, real crucial indeed. Yeah. And now, okay, so there's also the anchor. There we go. Yes. Again, yes, and all these series of ropes here. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, the shroud. This one right here. Yeah, this one. The shroud. The rat lines. Yes. The shrouds being this one. These vertical. You know. These vertical ropes, but those which are horizontal, those are, yeah, the rat lines. Yes, now I know. So the shroud, that is the, yes, that is all these ropes which are vertically placed, plus these horizontally placed ropes which are the rat lines, which of course the sailors use to climb over the mast. Yes, for climbing to the fighting tops, of course, or heading towards the very top of the masts to hoist some flags. Yeah. Yes, there's also a flag right there, right at the stern of the ship. So you may look closely. Yes. Okay. And now, since we're actually progressing towards the bow of the ship, here's the thing you must also take note as well, with actually not just the galleons of the day, but also pretty much all the sailing ships of the day, you know. For those of you who are asking, where's the toilets? We haven't even seen any toilets here. Well, the toilet, in case you're asking, is this one. This platform here. This platform which is extending to the bow of the ship, that's the toilet. Yeah, the toilets for the ordinary sailors. Yes, for the officers, of course, it's in their cabins. Yes, the stern indeed. But for the ordinary sailors, yes, right here. Yes, it's a toilet. And of course, not to be confused with the poop deck, because the poop deck, we progress towards the stern, of course, that's the poop deck. Okay. We will actually have a better view at the other side anyway, since we're heading there. So, yeah. Okay. They're not. There we go. Okay, we're now forward of the ship. Yes, you can already see. Yeah. Actually, yes, as some of you may know, I've been playing Sea of Thieves, obviously. So just literally seeing a galleon facing towards me in my sloop, of course. Yeah, this is really intimidating indeed. This literally is very, very yeah. This is your terror if you're in a sloop, if you're in a small vessel, getting chased by a galleon. Yes. Okay, so going forwards. Okay. Well, progressing towards the stern now. Yeah. Yeah, we were at the starboard side. Now we're already at the port side. Yes. Again, that's the toilet. Yes, this the ordinary sailors' toilets. That's where they are. Yes. The bowsprit, foremast, mainmast, and mizzenmast right there. Yeah. Square sails, yes. Lateen sail, yes. There we go. So yeah. You can literally see just how. Okay. And of course, the structure of the galleon, as you can see. So the main deck of the ship consists of the forecastle, and then the quarterdeck. This one, the quarterdeck, yes, and then the stern castle right here. Yes, this whole thing is the stern castle. The poop deck is only that part there. Yeah, the poop deck. There we go. That stair, those stairs there. Yeah, that is the poop deck. This whole thing is the stern castle. Oh, yeah, combined with the poop deck. Yes, all this. That's the stern castle. This whole thing. The quarter deck, this one, and then the forecastle, this one. Yeah, right. Yeah. Now you know. And that's what makes a galleon a galleon. Well, of course, sort of, since we also have some other ships which also have pretty much the same exact design as this ship. Yeah, but do the other ships actually have this here? Okay. The stern gallery. Well, not all of them, of course. And having all these guns here. The closest we can actually really think of is something like a Dutch flout. Yeah, the Dutch have their own versions, of course, but they're not warships. Those are just purely merchant ships. This one, it's actually a purpose-built warship, indeed. Yes, and not necessarily a full-on warship, but yeah, it's still a merchant ship. Yes, it's still a merchant ship, but with the added bonus of having the defense, the guns. Alright, so there's the ship, the Spanish galleon Espiritu Santo. So yes, we're already heading further astern now. This is indeed worth visiting. Now I shall already turn you to studio narration. Alright, so that's my tour of the Museo del Galleon. Standing before this great galleon, we are reminded of the courage, trade, and cultural exchange that once sailed across the Pacific. May its legacy continue to inspire us as we carry our own journeys forward. And that is where we draw to a close. Until next time, my dear viewers, happy sailing. Please don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, and share to a friend. I shall see you next time. Peace out.